Welcome to high school football on Western New York Athletics. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince, and tonight we're at Williamsville South High School where the Billies will take on the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks. Williamsville South in the blue uniforms, red numerals, and white trim, and it says Will South on the back of the jersey. No names on the back of the jersey. And on the far sideline, it's North Tonawanda in white uniforms with dark numerals and the dark helmets. So, interesting matchup here, Tom.
No doubt. But before we get to that interesting matchup, we have to talk about this game is right now in honor of our friend, my mentor, I'd even say, but most of all, our closest friend, Dick Gallagher. Dick, we all miss you. We love you. We're thinking about you. Every game I'm here, I think about you. We talk about you. I know Stu and I have multiple conversations. Boy, I miss him so much.
We all miss Dick. I used to, when I was working at Channel 2, yes, I am the Channel 2 guy. Tom used to work at Channel 2, too. The first person I would look for when I went to a high school game was Dick Gallagher. And you know what? I almost always found him. If there was a big game, Dick was there. And tonight would have been a tough night for him and for all of us because I can tell you, Tom, it's cold and windy, especially on the field. The wind, I was watching Noah Rieselman, the North Tonawanda quarterback, warming up. And as he's throwing the ball, you could see the wind take the ball about 5 yards in the opposite direction. So that may be a factor in the game tonight as they're tossing the coin at midfield right now. There's the coin toss, and we'll see.
But Dick would watch us, and he'd be watching the broadcast, or guess what? He'd be the third one on our broadcast sitting right next to us up in the booths.
Yes, he would. So looks like South won the toss, and let's see, did they defer? The South will kick off, and North Tonawanda will get the ball first. Now, North Tonawanda is missing about 12 players from this roster for various different reasons. Some contract tracing, some perhaps academics, but they are a little bit short. And South looks like they have it's encouraging to see full rosters for football, Tom, with all these schools that have to combine.
Yeah, we'll have to combine, and we've got some schools that are on pause right now too. So, and as these, you got to remember, we just went through a whole entire basketball season. But in the basketball season that we went through, how many people are on those rosters?
12.
10, 11, 12, right in that range. We're talking roster sizes that are 30 to 55 that we're going to see throughout Western New York. So, yes, the fact that we're out here playing football, the fact that we have no issues, I'm excited. We're here to watch some football.
And just for the record, it snowed today.
It
did. It felt like a November or even December day. It was 34 degrees in the car driving up here.
It was Mother Nature's, April Fool's Day joke on us is what it was.
Yes, Dennis Johnson, one of the deep men for North Tonawanda on the far side, awaiting the kickoff.
And how about Coach? Is he making a statement out there in shorts right now? I'm going to tell you, I think he's running up and down the sideline just to stay warm.
That is Coach Lester. That's Kevin Lester's son in the shorts, in the blue jacket. And I think that was Coach Krasansky who just waved his hand with the glove. Now, Coach Krasansky has slimmed down considerably and looks terrific.
It's great.
So Max Voyer will kick off for South, and we're underway. Dennis Johnson will let it bounce and go into the end zone for the touchback. So right off the bat, North Tonawanda will get the ball, and we'll see what the Lumberjacks can make happen.
As we know right now, early on, what are the offenses are the ones that should have the advantage. With not a lot of practice, not a lot of schemes, right? You would think the offense would have an advantage right now, but we'll see. We've got to see one game already where we saw the Timon St. Mary's game play out, and what did we see? We saw a running attack win, right? The ones who were running the ball well, that was what was the difference in the game.
So Nash Rieselman in the shotgun formation for North Tonawanda. Rieselman takes the snap. It's a handoff, and going right up the middle and getting a yard or two is Andrew Kosakowski, who also plays some quarterback. I don't know if we'll see both players at quarterback tonight, but the first carry goes to Kosakowski, and it'll be second down. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Rieselman has his team in the huddle. And he will no doubt bring them out, but North Tonawanda sending one player in late. There's a late player coming into the huddle. Now he calls the play. And now the Lumberjacks finally break the huddle. Don't seem to have too much time left to get the snap off. Here, South shows blitz. They drop back. The handoff goes right up the middle. And it's a short gain for North Tonawanda. It'll bring up a third down. I believe that was Kozakowski again on the run. So 3rd and 7 after a gain of 3. So our first third down of the ball game.
And we apologize. Some of our rosters are missing numbers right now, and 72 has already been big with 2 big tackles right now for Will South.
72, that's Aiden Ostrowski, who's committed to Seton Hill. Sorry about that. I didn't get that to you fast enough. Coach told me before the game. He's wearing 72 today. Aiden Ostrowski.
Oh, we had him down as 24.
Yes, we did.
So we apologize. So Aiden, and yes, Seton Hill, and already showing that he's a monster out here on the field right now.
3rd and 7 for North Tonawanda. First series of the game. Oh, South, I don't know which way they're going to call that. North Tonawanda says it's on South. But there's a flag. Let's see if this is a illegal procedure or a false start.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
It's an offside on the defense.
Yeah,
so
Miles Graves, it looked like, was off there on the defensive end for Will South as he came across right there.
So that'll make it a 3rd and 2 instead of a 3rd and 7. So North Tonawanda getting a little help from the South penalty. Rieselman bobbles the snap and hits the deck, and he's buried under a pile of South tacklers, and that will end the North Tonawanda series. And on a windy night, the Lumberjacks will punt it away.
Looks like Matt Murphy was the first one to get to the quarterback right there for the sack, as you saw multiple Billies get in there. But I'll tell you, tough start right now for North Tonawanda. But Will South gets exactly what they're looking for, a 3 and out, and then gets their offense a chance to do some damage right now.
The deep man is Jeremy Matutu, who also played basketball for South. You and I saw him at Kenmore East one Saturday. And the punt is up. It is short. It is windy. It's on the far side. It takes a good bounce for North Tonawanda, but it goes out of bounds at about the NT 42-yard line. So South will get great field position. It's going to be a tough night for punters and quarterbacks trying to throw the ball. I mean, if you
Stu, that looked like it hit a wall. It went
yeah.
up and hit a wall, and we're looking at the flags right now, and those flags are blowing straight back to the school right now, which is against what that kick was, which would make complete sense as what was going on there.
P.J. Naska and Jonathan Clifford. Coach Krzansky told me before the game that both were likely to get some snaps at quarterback. And there's a handoff and a run to the near side, and still on his feet and getting some good yardage inside the 40-yard line is Christian Dewar, and he'll do most of the he'll carry most of the load on the ground for the Billies. It's a first down run. It'll be 1st and 10 at the North Tonawanda 27-yard line is where they'll spot the nose of the football.
We talked about it running being the key, right? And where do they come out? 1st and 10 right off the bat.
Clifford will take this snap out of the shotgun. Clifford, he'll keep it himself. He'll run, and he'll get a few, maybe 3 or 4 tough yards running straight up the middle, and that'll bring up 2nd down. It's interesting how much high school football has changed. You and I might have mentioned this the other day, but when I was in high school, you never saw a quarterback in the shotgun, ever. Now it's almost a shock when you don't see a quarterback in the shotgun.
Very, very true. And now we've seen many of the quarterbacks running, right? So almost become that 2nd or 3rd running back out there and becomes that much more dangerous running the ball, and how much more important your offensive line needs to be.
Clifford will again take the shotgun snap. And he'll carry the football. Oh, he takes a big fumble. The ball's out on the ground. Loose ball underneath the pile. Let's see which way they rule it. Looks like it's going to be South ball. The Billies got a big break there. Somebody came up with a big
No,
stick.
they just went the other way towards Tonawanda.
I'm waiting for the man in the white hat.
No, it doesn't look like they're going to change it. He did point that way. But Nick Ciandra, who we've talked about in the basketball court, that was number 10 out there, who looked like he had it at one point, and it ends up coming out of his hands, and now is going to stay Billy's ball.
Yeah, I never saw the man in the white hat point in that direction, so I stay with him. They're saying it's 3rd down and 8. Clifford takes the snap. He's going to throw it. He's under pressure. He's being chased. He's still on his feet. He's at the 20, at the 15, and brought down inside the 15-yard line for a 1st down. So Clifford keeping the ball and running to the far side for a 1st down, and the Billies move inside that 20-yard line. See what yard line they spot that on. It's about the 15-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Good run by Clifford there. A 10-yard gain on 3rd and 8.
Now it's Ciandra who actually had the tackle on that one and now is off the field being looked at by the trainer. You hope he's okay. You wonder if it's just a stinger because it's so cold out there right now.
Oh, it is cold.
Did that hit? Was it a helmet to the hand? It looks like he was holding his hand that I saw out there. We hope Nick's okay.
So now it's 1st and 10 for the Billies at the NT 15-yard line. Clifford almost bobbled the snap, hands it off to Graves around the far side, and he's knocked out of bounds after a short gain.
That snap was down on the ground. Clifford saves that and ends up still handing it off. What a great job there by Clifford. Has turned something out of nothing right there.
They gave him a 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line for the Billies.
And I don't think we've seen a pass play yet right here. So you're seeing is it's going to be about the run. So when it becomes this much about the run, it's who's going to win the battle of the trenches, who's going to win that offensive line, defensive line, and that's what we're going to see as the winner of this game.
North Tonawanda takes a timeout, and you're right about the running game, and it looked like there was going to be a pass play, but the pass rush kind of forced Clifford's hand, and he took off running. This is the opener for both teams. A lot of teams opening up this week for around Western New York. Tom and I have 2 games on Saturday. McKinley at Kenmore West at 2 and Williamsville North at Frontier at 7 o'clock Saturday night. So we have a busy Saturday coming up. Plus,
so actually, I won't be with you at McKinley Ken West. That will be with you. I will actually be at Maryville. Dunkirk is where I'm going to be, okay. And then join you for the Frontier Will North game later on that evening.
All right. Well, I think I'm with Dean Maselli.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Sorry about that, Dean. I'm used to being with Tom. Tom's kind of my guy here. Western New York Athletics has lots of games all weekend long. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Clifford.
We'll go through them later, too. We'll make sure we give everybody the rundown of all the games.
There's the snap. Now Clifford back to pass. He throws incomplete. Looked like that was intended for John Mayer.
Nathan Ziamba right there gets a hand on it, number 84, and make sure he knocks that down. And that's a huge stoppage right there. Now you've got 3rd down. What do? It's worked so far with the run. I expect to see some sort of run play here from Will South.
Well, a lot of these teams have the RPOs, the run-pass option.
Yep.
So I would expect to see something along those lines as Clifford goes back to the huddle to call the play. 6:33 to go. First quarter scoreless. South threatening here. 3rd and 5 from the NT 10-yard line. Clifford awaits the snap. He's got it. Back to throw. He's under pressure. He throws toward the end zone. Incomplete, out of bounds, but there's a flag at the 10-yard line. So let's wait and see what that flag is.
And totally in the opposite side of the field, too.
So I wonder if there was a holding on the defense on the opposite side of the field, because you're right, the flag was thrown on the near side nearest to us.
False start.
Oh, okay. Well, so they're calling it, the PA announcer said illegal formation. Anna Merrickson is the athletic director here at South, and the PA announcer is the former AD, Kevin Lester. So 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line after the penalty to South. So in a way, they kind of catch a break on an incomplete pass, which would have brought up fourth down. They get third down over.
But you're down in that fourth down territory right now. So it would have still been an opportunity to go for a fourth down and short because they were not far away.
3rd and 10 from the 15. Clifford takes the snap, looks to throw. He throws toward the end zone. Incomplete, knocked out of bounds. I believe that pass was intended for Jeremy Matute. And that'll bring up 4th down, and I'm not sure who was defending on the play. Well, that was a good defensive play, although I think had he caught it, he'd have been out of bounds anyway.
I think he did. He came down, but like you said, it wasn't going to matter. He was so far out of bounds. It almost seems that the wind is going to against Will South right now, as the ball's drifting is what on them down in that end zone. As you see both these passes going long, and you wonder if the wind's having an effect in the opposite way, as being too strong.
Of course, the stadium is open-ended on both ends, so you're going to get some swirling winds. So they're going for it on 4th and 10 from the 15. Clifford, back to pass. Under pressure, he dumps it off, and it's caught and picked up and stopped rather quickly.
They're saying the knee hit the ground. He's saying the knee hit the ground before the tackle. That's what he was yelling. He was pointing to his knee.
Well, either way, it's a turnover on downs. So the pass is complete. Steve Knabb makes the catch, but North Tonawanda will take over on downs at their own 15-yard line. So the Lumberjacks get the ball for the second time today, and we'll see. They punted on their first series. We'll see how this one goes.
Dude, that's a huge win for North Tonawanda. I mean, you gave them incredible field position. Your defense steps up and comes up big right here. That's a big win right there for North Tonawanda.
Nash Rieselman. Well, we got another. We're getting set for the play here. Nash Rieselman is a sophomore, a 10th grader, starting a quarterback in this game. Rieselman. He'll hand it off to the up back. Short gain. The ball came out. Picked up by South and run in for the touchdown. Jeremy Matute. Touchdown South on the fumble. Recovered by the Billies and run in for the touchdown. It's 6-0 South. No flags. That will stand.
I'll tell you, defensively, Will South has been huge already this game, right? A 3-and-out on the first time out. First play right here. Turnover, touchdown. Defense wins games. Defense wins championships. And look what Will South starting off defensively.
And their defense put some points on the board, which is a nice way of saying what you were saying. So South will try to kick the extra point. Max Voyer, who kicked off for South to start the game, will now try to make it a 7-0 game. High snap, kick is up and good. And with 6:07 to play in the first quarter, it's Williamsville South 7 and North Tonawanda nothing. We'll be back after this short break.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Back in Williamsville South, the Billies have jumped out to a 7-0 lead with 6:07 to play in the first quarter. Jeremy Matute on the fumble recovery for the touchdown for the Billies as the lights go on here at the stadium. So Max Voyer will kick off. Dennis Johnson, one of the deep men. First kickoff of the game, Voyer got a touchback. And it's booted coming to the near side, caught at the 15. Going to the far side and being tackled after a short return is Carson Wheeler for the Lumberjacks. So North Tonawanda will start 1st and 10 at about, let's see what yard line they spot the ball on. So did you, by any chance, see who caused that fumble? I know Matute picked it up.
It was hard to tell because it was literally in the
was
middle
fast.
of it was in the middle of a couple players there too, and the ball kind of ricocheted out. It was like it was punched out.
Did he catch it in the air, or did it bounce on the ground?
I thought it bounced on the ground, but he was through the pile, and it was tough to see from our angle.
So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Noah Rieselman at quarterback. He'll hand it off. No, he'll keep it himself. Still on his feet. Gains 2 or 3 yards before being brought down by a bunch of South tacklers. So far, this North Tonawanda offense unable to get untracked. And as Tom had mentioned, the South defense, well, has been tough. Aiden Ostrowski in particular, number 72 for the Billies.
And you're going to start seeing is if North Tonawanda is not having the success running the ball and can't throw the ball, you're going to see Will start stacking the box even more and getting more and more guys in that box and making it even more difficult for them to run.
2nd and 9 for Rieselman and the Lumberjacks. And he will hand it off and going up the middle for a short gain, maybe about 4 or 5 yards for North Tonawanda. I believe that was Dennis Johnson. Nope, it was Andrew Kosikowski, who also is listed as a quarterback.
Yeah, but guess who was on the tackle again?
Let me guess. He wears 72, Aiden
You got
Ostrowski,
it.
right?
He has been on fire defensively. Boy, I see exactly why he's committed to play Division II football. That's got to be already his 4th tackle in literally 2 drives right here.
And he might have forced the fumble too.
Well, yeah, in that we don't know. I thought it was forced up higher. I actually thought it was Matt Murphy in there, because that's where it was early on, but I don't know if somebody else hit it out.
3rd and 7 for the Lumberjacks from their own 27-yard line. Now Rieselman rolls to the right, looks to throw. His pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And the Lumberjacks will face a 4th down.
Bennett Peters showing some air on that one, gets the block. Wow, what a job there.
He looked like a basketball player with the jump and the 2 hands and the blocked pass. So Jeremy Matute will be back deep to return the North Tonawanda punt. He'll be right at midfield.
Tell you, if he's not on the basketball team, better. And we got the track coach right next to us. He better be coming after him at the high jump right now. I'll tell you that.
Nick Chandra will punt it away. No, that's Kosikowski. Kosikowski. Oh, the snap bounces. He picks it up, gets the kick away. It goes to the far side, takes a bounce, but boy, South is going to have great field position again inside the 40-yard line.
I think that is Chandra. I think you're right. It was number 10.
Oh, it was. Okay.
And it's good to see. That means he's back in the game, because we were worried about him getting hurt earlier. And not only that, we thought it was his hand. And here he does make an incredible scoop and save some big from happening right there. But you can see is this wind is just having a major effect right now on the kicking game.
And I wonder what will happen when they change ends in the second quarter, because South has been able to take advantage, not so much of the wind. I mean, they did score, and it was a defensive score, but they've moved the ball better. Of course, they've had better field position, too. 1st and 10 for the Billies at the North Tonawanda 36-yard line. Clifford remains at quarterback. And he will keep it himself. Clifford on his feet, gets some good yardage, about 7 or 8 yards on 1st down. Good 1st down run by the quarterback.
And that's been the success so far for Will South, right? We've seen the passing game hasn't done what they've needed it to do in the passing game, but they have been very effective so far running the ball.
Well, P.J. Tasca just checked into the game, and Clifford went to the sideline, so Tasca will be taking this snap. As Coach Krasansky told me before the game, both quarterbacks will see action. Tasca looks to pass. No, it's a fake. Yep, he's going to throw deep down the sideline. Caught for the touchdown by Max Graves. And South takes a 13-0 lead.
So we just said They haven't been very effective in the passing game. What do? Bring in a new quarterback? What does he do? He just throws a huge pass for a touchdown and says, no, we're just fine in the passing game right now.
That's a 36-yard touchdown to give the Billies a 13-0 lead. It's got to be a little discouraging for the Lumberjacks. Their offense hasn't been able to get going, and when they have punted, I'm going to say the wind had a factor in both those punts.
No doubt.
So Voyer will come on to try the extra point for South and make it a 14-0 game. Kick is up. And good. And with 3:13 to play in the first quarter, it's Williamsville South 14, North Tonawanda nothing. So North Tonawanda will get the ball back, looking to find some offense, get some kind of drive going, some kind of rhythm, which so far they've been unable to do. And boy, these South kids are really celebrating on the sidelines, all pumped up after that touchdown, which was a huge play.
And the first real pass that we saw outside of something very short right there was the first big passing play we saw of the game.
Yeah, but when you run the ball as well as they had been running it, it kind of sets that up. So we'll see now what happens. We'll kick off for South. Chandra will be one of the deep men for the Lumberjacks. Dennis Johnson will be the other. So Johnson and Chandra will be the deep men as Voyer gets ready to kick off. It's his fourth kickoff of the day already. Opening kickoff, and after each touchdown is kickoff number 4.
I'll tell you, North Tonawanda's waiting for these last 3 minutes. They want that wind at their back.
I can't blame them. There's the kick. It'll be taken by Johnson. He's at the 20. Excuse me, that's Chandra, 25-30. And shoved back. And look who's shoving him back. Aiden Ostrowski making the special teams tackle for South. So he's getting quite a workout tonight. And actually, he's giving the Lumberjacks quite a workout, too. So it'll be 1st and 10, North Tonawanda at their own 31-yard line. I think that's the best field position they've had all day. Of course, we're still in the first quarter, but you get my point.
Oh, no, there's no doubt that's exactly where they've been. Now the question is, they've yet to get a first down so far. So it's important, this drive, to move the ball, get some positivity for their team, and get some momentum to move forward.
So Rieselman will now try to get his offense moving. They've had 2 or 3 positive plays, but for the most part, they've really struggled to move the ball. South has played really good defense, and the Billies have a defensive touchdown to show for it. Rieselman will hand it off, and that's might be the best run from scrimmage right there for North Tonawanda. About a 6-yard gain. So it'll be that's about an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and about 2 yards for the first down.
And no joke, Ostrowski again on the tackle right there. I mean, he's on the pace for like a 20-tackle game the way he's going right now.
Yeah, and you can count one special teams tackle, too, at least one that we saw. So it was a 6-yard gain, so it's 2nd down and 4 for North Tonawanda.
I'll tell you right now, if the Conley Cup committee's watching, watch this kid, because I'm going to tell you, defensively, he's showing already that he's going to be a big impact player here in Western New York.
Oh, unfortunately, Tom, there will not be a Connolly Cup presented this year just because of the way the season is. There will be certificates.
There'll also be the weekly awards. So here's a kid already showing he's already going to be up to speed for those weekly awards.
And by the way, of course, we all know the Connolly Cup presented annually. There's a flag on the play. It looks like it's a delay of game against the Lumberjacks. The Connolly Cup presented each year to the best player in Western New York. So the flag will make it 2nd down and 9 from the 26-yard line for the Lumberjacks. It's just odd that it always happens when things go wrong, they always go wrong. And so far, North Tonawanda hasn't been able to get much go right. Now, largely that's because of the Billies' defense. So here we are, 2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line. for the Lumberjacks in the white. Johnson in motion. He gets the ball, and there's another good run, and he has North Tonawanda's first down of the game. The ball might have come out again. South says they have it, but the officials don't. Dennis Johnson with a first down run. No, they're going to say short of the first down. So I think it says third down. Well, it looked like he had it to me, but so it'll be third and short, third and the scoreboard says 1st and 10.
It looks like 3rd and 2 is what it is, I think.
Yeah.
If you look at where the marker is right in front of us, 3rd and 2 they just put up on the board.
Yep, 3rd and 2 from the 32. No, that's not the 32. That's the 39-yard line. 3rd and 2 from the 39. That was a good run right there by Johnson for North Tonawanda as the Lumberjacks look to get their first down of the game. Rieselman. Oh, what a play. Buried in the backfield. That's our guy, Ostrowski, again, isn't it?
Exactly who it is.
Well, he buried the running back. He got the ball, and he got a face full of Ostrowski. So it'll be 4th down. What a play.
His instincts on the football field have been phenomenal. You can just see the way he's reading the plays right now as he got set up, got to the line, ready for a blitz, and went right in there and hit hard right in the beginning. Boy, this kid is unbelievable.
He's having a season in one night.
He really is. He is just showing his dominance out there on the field. I'll tell you, we had a little heads up on Twitter that told us to watch out for this kid right out here. He's a Division II commit already. He's going to show you some highlights. He's not only showing us some highlights, he's showing he's one of the top players in Western New York the way he is from linebacker position right now.
So the first quarter comes to an end with the score, Williamsville South 14, North Tonawanda nothing. We'll take a short break and be back right after this.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Welcome back to Williamsville South High School. Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince on Western New York Athletics, bringing you tonight's game between the host Williamsville South Billies and the Lumberjacks of North Tonawanda. So Aiden Ostrowski's been a big story tonight. North Tonawanda faces a 4th and 6 from their own 35-yard line. Ostrowski with a huge play on the play before. The running back got the handoff, and then he got Ostrowski. And believe me, Ostrowski was worse than getting the ball. So
he has an equipment that they're trying to fix, and I'm going to tell you, they're doing everything to get him back out on the field right now.
and they apparently fixed it, whatever it was. So North Tonawanda faces another 4th down. Their offense has been on. Now, both the teams have switched ends, obviously, at the end of the quarter. South will now go to our left, and North Tonawanda will go to our right. So just waiting for the Lumberjacks to come on the field, and here they come. So Rieselman remains at quarterback for North Tonawanda. Sam Heim now in the backfield with him. 4th and 6, the not showing punt. And Rieselman looks to throw. He throws, intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Clifford. Clifford still on his feet at the 30, at the 25, and brought down at the North Tonawanda 20-yard line. So one of the South quarterbacks comes up with an interception. North Tonawanda went for it on 4th down, and instead of punting it away, they turned it over with the interception.
That was Aiden Ferry on the tackle for North Tonawanda right there. But now you're given, again, here's what we talked about. Was North Tonawanda not going to give a short field right now with the change of field position right here? Now, bing, one play, and here you go. Will South with great field position again. Expect them to run the ball right now and see if they can make this score 21-0 is what they're looking to do right now.
So it's 1st and 10 at the North Tonawanda 20-yard line for the Billies. Clifford, who just intercepted the pass, back at quarterback for South. And he bobbles the snap, picks it up, looks to run with it. He's got a blocker, 15-yard line, and knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line by Justin Van Volkenberg on the tackle, I believe. But a good first down gain there. It'll be second and short for the Billies.
And I'm going to right now, listen, I want to start winding this clock down if I'm Will South, right? Keep running the ball, keep doing what you're doing because you've been very, very successful so far running the ball.
It's second and 2 from the 12 for the Billies. Clifford made a nice play to pick up the ball after that snap. And he'll hand it off and coming to the near side and going down. Touchdown South. Was that Zach Button who carried that one in? Number 8. But it's a touchdown for South either way. A 12-yard TD run. South was up 20. So far, it's been all South, and that trend continued with that touchdown run. That was Christian Dewar. I thought it was an 8, but you're right, it was Dewar. Nice run by Dewar for the touchdown. And Voyer will try to add the extra point. Now, the other part that the North Tonawanda coaching staff will have to deal with is you don't want your team to get demoralized. There's a lot of football left in this game. The kick is blocked, so there's a good play for North Tonawanda. And that'll make it 20-0 with the So, two defensive plays that are huge for South. The fumble recovery for the touchdown by Bantut and the interception by Clifford. So,
I mean, right now, Will South had a day, offensively and defensively. But I'm going to tell you, if North Tonawanda can't move the ball and cannot find an answer for Ostrowski right now, this is going to keep getting a long day. You're going to have to find something, and it may mean making sure your running back becomes the extra blocker right now because he is causing so much damage out there on the field.
Well, interestingly enough, the South quarterbacks have done a good job of running. And the North Tonawanda run game hasn't been able to get going. Now, a lot of that's the South defense, but to your point about using the running back as the extra blocker, that may have to happen. And we'll see if Rieselman can run it.
You don't see the fullback a ton anymore in any sort of levels of football, right? The fullback, or some teams like to go it as a wing back, right? That extra running back you don't see, but I'm going to tell you, with as dominant as we've seen on the other side, you got to find something right now to have an answer there.
So Chandra and Johnson are the deep men, and the kick is, touched by one of the upbacks and fallen on by the Lumberjacks at the 35-yard line. So it'll be North Tonawanda ball, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And Voyer there, who's kicking off. Did you see that? The nice line drive kick, kept it underneath the wind, and actually did a very good kick as far as what he had as far as the elements were concerned.
He did. You're absolutely right. Let's see if North Tonawanda does anything special to control Aiden Ostrowski, who's been huge tonight.
I'm going to tell you, the way I've seen him play, the only reason I'm saying that he's not, that you're talking about him, that possibly not even at the next level, is just because it's 6 feet and 205, right? That he just needed to be bigger is all that you're talking about, because his instincts are phenomenal.
Hand off to Johnson, and he's going nowhere fast. So it'll be 2nd down for North Tonawanda. 2nd and 10 from the 35, no gain on the play.
And great job on the defensive lineman right there. But I don't know if you saw, there was a double team that just happened on Ostrowski. So there was a change right there, as there was a double team on him. And when you start doing that, other players are going to need to step up, and boom, right away, your defensive linemen step up.
So North Tonawanda made the switch, and South adjusted to the switch and still made the tackle. 2nd and 10 from the 35 for the Lumberjacks. there's a handoff and going right up the middle for a couple of tough yards. I believe that's Chandra. So it'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, Miles. It was Miles Graves on the tackle right there, number 44.
So now it's 3rd and 8 from the 37-yard line for North Tonawanda as darkness begins to creep in here at South. Billies up 20-0. 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. This one all Williamsville South as North Tonawanda comes to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8. Lumberjacks need something. They need a spark. Need a big play to get back into this one. It's been all South. Rieselman awaits the snap. He's got it. Handed off to the up back, and being stopped short of the first down is Johnson. So now another 4th down for the Lumberjacks. Be 4th and 8. Excuse me, 4th and about 3. And they're coming up to the line of scrimmage fast this time. They're at the 42-yard line on 4th down. Snap. Rieselman, and he's looks like South says the ball comes out. It did. I don't know if it did or not, but it looks like it's North Tonawanda ball. That might be the Lumberjacks' first down of the game. Rieselman on the keeper, and it is a first down. That's North Tonawanda's first down of the game, I believe. So it's 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line for the Lumberjacks. No hesitation that time on 4th down. They just went for it. Got up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
And you had to, right? Right now they're trying to make something happen. They don't want to keep falling farther behind. They're trying to do something for their team.
Rieselman hands it off to Johnson. Johnson gets a good yardage, about 3 or 4 yards before he's finally brought down on the far side of the field. So it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 7 from the 48-yard line. And now Rieselman looks to throw. Runs to the right, throws on the move, caught by Johnson, spins away from a tackler, and the ball comes out. Ball loose on the field. Let's see which way they call it. Williamsville South recovers. Another huge defensive play by the Billies. So the pass is complete. Nice run. But at the end of the play, South was able to get it out and recover the fumble. Williamsville South ball, 1st and 10, and about their own 30-something yard line, and their own 32-yard line looks like where they spot the ball.
Stu, you wonder if the cold had something to do there. It looked like it was a bobble at the very end right there that he ended up losing control of the ball. And it's just that bad break we keep talking about with North Tonawanda. They just can't get – when something positive starts happening, they start getting momentum, and there you go, something negative happens, and all of a sudden it's Will South's ball.
And that was a really nice catch and run by Johnson, and then he spun away from one tackler, and as he was being brought down, somebody popped him, and the ball came out. Clifford hands it off to the near side. This is Matute, I believe, on the near sideline, and he's out to about the 40-yard line. So a good first down run.
Even on that last play for North Tonawanda, just to finish up there, as you saw Johnson with that catch, actually Wally Wisniewski was breaking down the other side of the field and actually was wide open on the other side. He hits that, it could have been a touchdown. It just shows it's just that little, just everything off that little bit. You can tell first time in the year, right? First game, is the timing all there? A lot of those things that teams are still looking forward to try to get.
Well, and Nash Rieselman is a sophomore. Now, if he's a senior, does he see the play?
Yeah.
That's something to think about, too. 2nd and 2 from the 40 for the Billies. Clifford looking over at the South bench.
We have our first score to report. Tonawanda 6, Wilson 0 at the end of the first quarter.
North Tonawanda coming on the blitz. The throw to the near side is dropped. And the ball was right there, but Brett Johnson couldn't quite hang on to it, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Billies.
So that score came in from Dennis Sorrow, the head of the Conley Cup. So, Dennis, if you're watching this, you better be watching this linebacker out here. I'm telling you that right now. This kid's legit.
In case you are, Dennis, it's Aiden Ostrowski. We'll help you out a little bit there. To the best of my knowledge, he's not related to the former Bill, Jerry Ostrowski. So 3rd and 2 for South. They're already up 20-0. 6:44 to play here in the second quarter. North Tonawanda coming on the blitz, and they smother Clifford in the backfield. He will be short of the first down as he didn't want to go down on the ground, but he is stopped well short of the first down, and the North Tonawanda defense rising up and making a play there. 4th and 4. 4th and 4 maybe. Lost a couple of yards. The scoreboard says 3rd and 4 from the 38, so.
They just changed it, updated to 4th and 4.
4th and 4 from the 38, okay.
6:10 left right now in this half, and it's North Tonawanda. Big stop right here. They started saying they can move the ball offensively. You got to stop them defense and try to make something happen on your offense.
They're going for it on 4th and 4. Lumberjacks, here they come again, and somebody is offside, and it looks like that's going to go against the Lumberjacks as the flag comes out. South thinks it's on North Tonawanda. We'll see if that's a false start, offside, which way they rule it. And if that is on North Tonawanda, that is a first down by Yep, it's on the Lumberjacks, and that will give South enough for a first down. So good job by the quarterback there on the cadence, perhaps, and North Tonawanda a little anxious as they try to get back into the game here. 1st and 10 now for the Billies. So Clifford, he throws to the near side, caught this time by Johnson, who turns down the sideline and gets another first down. He's into North Tonawanda territory. Brett Johnson with the catch and run. First down, Billies at the NT 42-yard line. Penalties like that will kill you.
Yeah, and it was finally the defensive stop was going to happen. It looked like they were going to get the ball. Will South then had to kick into the wind, which would have given them good field position. All of it changes just with a fault. I mean, an offsides right there.
And you know, when things don't go your way, they really sometimes don't go your way. So there's a timeout on the field. Both teams huddled around members of the coaching staff.
I want to throw a special thanks. As you see, we've got some new graphics right now on our screens. We have Tim Gardner here doing a fantastic job running right now the board. Showing some of our new graphics, everything that's up. He is doing phenomenal right now. I'll tell you right now, I've been looking at some of the game. He is doing a fantastic job. Tim, thanks for joining us today.
Nice to have you, Tim.
And then on camera, I don't want to forget about my guy down there. He's outside. I know he can hear me, though. Mike Wagner, I want to say thanks so much. I know you're out there doing it in the cold. We appreciate it. He's bringing us the camera view that you're able to see today.
And I hope Mike can stay warm because I'm telling you, it's cold. Like I said earlier, this feels more like a November or December night at the beginning of winter than at the beginning of spring. Although I did get my 7.5-mile walk in today. I came home, and as I was going upstairs to shower, it started to snow. I said, see, timing is everything.
Stu, you make me look bad with this walking thing.
I'm sorry.
You can't keep doing this to me.
I'm sorry. I got to get some kind of exercise. 1st and 10, Billies at the NT 44-yard line. There's the whistle and the motion from the referee to play football. Clifford takes the snap, and the ball, running back, Matute drops the ball, picks it up, and is knocked out of bounds. Knocked around pretty good in front of the South bench for maybe a loss of a yard or two.
That's the difference in this game right there. That happens in North Tonawanda. It's a turnover that bounces a different way, and it's a turnover, and you see Will South get it. This is a bounce down on the ground, comes right back up to him. He takes off. It's just the way this game's going.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line for the Billies. under 5 minutes left in the first half. This one's been all South. We don't have any statistics, but I guarantee you that I can't believe any of them would favor North Tonawanda. Here, the Lumberjacks showing blitz. Now they drop back a little bit. Clifford awaits the snap, takes it, back to pass. The pass is caught by Dewar. A short pass. He blocks, he fumbles the football, and it looks like North Tonawanda has it. He got some good blocking. We've got an injured Lumberjacks. Well, one guy's slow to get up, but now he's up and off the field. That was number 42, Sam Heim, and it's North Tonawanda ball, so the Lumberjacks get a turnover after Dewar's had a good gain, but then coughed up the football.
Chris Kinney, the 6-foot, 295-pound defensive tackle, comes up with the fumble recovery right there. And now North Tonawanda has something positive coming their way. What are they going to do with it on the offense?
And that's the $64,000 question that will be answered in the next few minutes. The North Tonawanda offense unable.
Oh my God!
Looking toward the bench. Another player coming in late to the huddle as Rieselman.
Rieselman.
His brother. The other Rieselman. Okay, that's Ethan Rieselman, number 11. And he splits out as a wide receiver to the near side. Nash takes the snap, hands it off, and another good defensive play by South. No gain there. So it'll be second down.
And this is actually his older brother. So I got to tell you, I'd love to see those conversations at the dinner table if Nash is not getting Ethan the ball enough, I'll tell you that.
Somebody's not going to be eating as much, are they? Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 from the 30. And here's Rieselman. Oh, he's hammered. The ball comes out. And I think it stays with North Tonawanda, but boy, did he take a huge hit. Was that Nolan Holtz who hammered him like that?
I thought it was number 2, Andrew Husler is who it was.
Well, either way, that was a huge hit. I don't know. Rieselman took a big pop, lost the ball, and fortunately for the Lumberjacks, this time they kept possession. Big stick there. They're calling that a lateral? Well, anyway, it's 3rd and 12 at the 23 for North Tonawanda.
That's got to be more than 12. That's got to be 19.
Yep, you're right. That's.
Yeah, 3rd and 19.
There it is. They put it. I got to stop reading the scoreboard.
Yeah, the scoreboard's been a little bit behind you, so.
So Nash Rieselman will see if he can't get his team a first down here. South showing blitz. He'll throw it on the far side. It's caught, but there's nowhere to go for Johnson. And it'll be 4th down. That was actually Aiden Pless who made the catch. So now North Tonawanda is going to have to give the ball back to South, trailing 20-0. 2:35 to play here in the second quarter.
And that was Andrew Hausler, I think is who it is number 2.
Oh, for it? No, he.
Oh, no, I apologize. It's Nolan Holtz. I apologize. Nolan Holtz is, and I was saying the wrong number. I apologize on that. Nolan Holtz is who I thought had that hit out there.
That's what I said.
Yeah, so I apologize.
Yeah,
it was Nolan Holtz, and then he does it again on that play right there. I apologize. I was looking at the North Tonawanda roster right there. So.
And just for the record, for whatever reason, Hausler is scratched from this game tonight. So we have another timeout on the field. 2:38 to play in the second quarter. 20-0 South. In North Tonawanda up against it, 4th and 25 from their own 23-yard line. Boy, Tom, North Tonawanda gets the big break. They recover the fumble, and they're going backwards.
Yeah. I mean, the only good news right here is you'd expect to see a punt, and you shouldn't see the punts that you've had that have gone straight into the wind. You should have the wind helping you out here, hopefully to at least get them on their side of the field.
So Jeremy Matute will be the deep man. He'll be at about the North Tonawanda 44-yard line as the Lumberjacks will punt it away. And the snap is a little low. He bobbles the snap, and South falls on the loose ball. South has the ball. Oh, my. What great
Miles
field
Graves.
position.
Miles Graves recovers it right there.
What great field position for the Billies. Wow, one of those nights for North Tonawanda. A long, tough, well, certainly first half anyway.
When it rains, it pours, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
I have to say it's a good thing it's not raining now because it'd be really, really
Yes,
cold.
it really would be.
1st and 10 South at the 10-yard line. P.J. Tasca goes back into the game. So Coach Krasansky telling me before the game that both quarterbacks will get some snaps, and he's been, of course, true to his word, the 15-year veteran coach here at South. Tasca hands it off to Dorr on the far side. Dorr
Just short.
knocked out about the 1-yard line. Just kept waiting for the official to make the signal. It never came. So a good first down run there for South. It'll be 2nd and goal. Well, Kevin Lester says 1st and goal. So 1st and goal from the 1. 2nd and goal. All right.
All right, you can't listen to them anymore on the scoreboard.
It's driving me crazy. 2nd and goal. Well, it was first. I thought it was 1st and 10 from the 10, but it was 1st and goal. My bad. So 2nd and goal. Let's see what South will do here. There's the snap. Tasca to throw. Caught for the touchdown. Touchdown South.
To 14, Brett Johnson with the catch right there.
That's the 3rd catch of the night for Johnson, and South goes up 26-0 with 1:29 to play here in the 2nd quarter. And it's a little dark at that end of the field. They need another bank of lights down there.
Gallagher.
Well, that sounds a little bit like our game.
Yeah, it sounds almost exactly like our game.
So looks like Voyer will try to kick the extra point. Tasca is thrown for 2 touchdowns. Let's see how the extra point goes. There's the snap. Kick is up. And it's good. 1:29 to play in the first half. All Williamsville South. They lead this one 27-0. And the only good news for North Tonawanda is they'll get the ball back.
I have another score
All
update.
Right. Keep them coming, Tom.
At halftime, South Park is up 16-0 over Star Point right now.
Well, I'm wondering, there seem to be a lot of teams with goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Looks like we got an injured player over on North Tonawanda as he's getting some treatment on the sideline.
Are they just stretching out his legs?
Yeah, you're hoping it's a cramp is what it is.
Right. It's hard to stay loose and
on these cold days. So people think that cramping is something that only happens in the heat, right? That it is caused with the heat. But the cold, you see a lot of cramping happening in the cold also.
Oh, who turned down the lights? Please turn them off. Thank you. If you can turn the lights out onto the field, the more light out there, the better. Especially at this end that South just scored on. But it's a gorgeous new complex here at South. When my kids went here, it was a grass field. It was called District Field because for the longest time, a lot of Williamsville games were played here because the other schools didn't have the same kind of field. Well, there's the kickoff. It's taken by, I believe that's Chandran. He'll take it out to about the 31-yard line for North Tonawanda, where the Lumberjacks will have it 1st and 10. Now you gotta be careful here, Tom, because you want to throw the ball. You got to make something happen here, but you can't do that. You got to be careful. Well, what difference does it make? You're down 27-0, right?
I think you're trying to get something positive, right?
Yes.
You right now is you're trying to find what works for your team. You've seen some things work, right? You've had some big pass plays, bad breaks, right? You've had some decent runs on things. Now you've got to put it all together. And I'll tell you, that's just what they haven't done. They haven't sustained a drive yet. They've got to figure out how to sustain a drive and make it happen for the length of the field.
And turnovers have been costly. Fumble return for a touchdown. Interception to set up a touchdown. fumble that turned into a touchdown.
And remember, you've got the wind at your back right now for another minute 22. You're going to go back to the other side of the field where you're going to go against it. So you may want to think about throwing the ball right now.
Rieselman will hand it off and busting up the middle for a good gain and a first down out to about the 45-yard line. That was just about the best run of the night for North Tonawanda.
And on the tackle was John Mayer, number 25, senior, 5'8", 155-pounder.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for the Lumberjacks. Back to pass. Rieselman throws deep downfield on the far side. Caught at about the south 19-yard line.
Wally Wisniewski, that's who we talked about earlier. He was the one going that same side of the field deep, and he goes deep. This time he stops, jumps, makes a huge play right there, Stu.
They must have been listening to you.
No, they just saw him this time.
Nice throw by Rieselman. Great catch by Wisniewski. So it's 1st and 10 Lumberjacks at the south 19-yard line. And we get whistles and a timeout taken by South.
See, but using the wind to their advantage, too. I like this play, this call right here. They've got to do something with the wind at their backs right now because that play ain't going to happen when they go to the third quarter. There's no way they're going to throw a ball that deep. It's never going to happen.
Well, that's far and away the biggest play of the night for North Tonawanda. 52 seconds to go in the first half. South leading this one 27-0. South doing it all on both sides of the ball. You can hear the South cheerleaders.
Yeah, it's great to see the cheerleaders, both sides. North Tonawanda has their cheerleaders here. The Billies have their cheerleaders. We feel like a football game. It's got the winter feel to it. I'm telling you, it feels like we're in the middle of the October, November time frame. It's everything we've asked for right now.
Yeah, no early season football. This does not feel like September football.
This will be a crazy season because we are going to see games that'll be somewhere in the 60s, 70s, and then we're going to have games like this where it's going to be in the 30s and probably even in the 20s in some cases.
32 seconds left in the half. North Tonawanda trying to get on the scoreboard. Rieselman, he's got the snap. He drops the ball, picks it up, and he's buried underneath some South tacklers. So that's our man Ostrowski again.
That's exactly who it was. It was Ostrowski who gets the sack right now, gets in that backfield. But again, great play. What is it? Fortunately, a bad snap. And here we go. Right now, they're going to fight as it's going to be 2nd and 15, it looks right here. It's just not a break that can go in favor of North Tonawanda.
No, and there's another timeout on the field. And now it says 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Obviously, this is 4-down time for the Lumberjacks. And now the lights are on, and we're in complete darkness here. On outside of the cold and the wind, it's a great night for a football game. Let's just say it's a great night for a football game because we're so glad to see the sport back.
Ecstatic to see the sport back. I mean, as everybody knows, I'm really big in the baseball community here, and it killed me to see that baseball got canceled for these kids this past year, baseball and softball and those sports. And I did not want to see the same thing happen again to any of these kids in any sport. So the fact that we're out here playing, I'm excited. I'm glad these kids aren't missing anything. They're getting a chance to have their moment in time on the football field.
They're calling it 4th and 17 from the 25 for the 2nd and 17. Here's Rieselman to throw. He throws toward the sideline. It's incomplete, a little bit overthrown. Intended for Wally Wisniewski, who made that great catch on the far sideline. So that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 17 for the Lumberjacks. I gotta train myself to stop looking at the scoreboard. 3rd and 17 for North Tonawanda. Lumberjacks trail this one 27-0. 35 seconds remaining in the half. The South defense, a huge story of the first half. Aiden Ostrowski, a big part of that.
He's close. I mean, I want to say I got him probably at least 7-8 tackles right now is where I think I have him sitting at.
Third down. Rieselman. He throws deep toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone by South.
So he does it both ways. He catches touchdowns, then he intercepts them in the end zone right there. As you see, Brett Johnson, another big catch. This time he does it on the defensive side of the ball.
So unfortunately for the Lumberjacks, they come up empty. Biggest play of the half for them. It'll be South ball.
I think you'll either see a knee here.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or you're going to just run it, right? You're going to see can I get a really big run play right here and make something happen? But I'm not going to throw anything deep into this wind.
Well, they can throw a short pass too.
Yeah, well, that's why I said nothing deep. You're absolutely right. They can throw something short.
So Clifford will take the snap at about his 15-yard line. And he'll take the knee, and that will bring they might have to run another play. Well, the Billies are starting to walk slowly off the field. And that'll do it for the first half. At the end of the first half here at Williamsville South, it's the Billies of South 27, the Lumberjacks of North Tonawanda nothing. We'll be back with the second half after this short break.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most. When it's time to sell your home. When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Welcome back to Williamsville South. At halftime, the Billies lead this one 27-0. Obviously, by the score, it's been all Billies. Their defense has been great, and their offense hasn't been much worse, to be honest with you. It all started with a fumble recovery for a touchdown by Jeremy Matute. The Billies have forced turnovers and thrown a couple of touchdown passes. So 27-0. South, 2:40 to go before the second half gets underway. And Tom, you have a bunch of scores and information on the other games that we're doing this weekend. A lot of these games appear to be a little lopsided, with some teams putting up a whole bunch of points like this one and the other one getting the goose egg. So I'll turn it over to you to fill us all in.
So right now we got a score from Medina as Xander Payne has thrown 3 first-half touchdown passes, 2 to Tyler Chin, 1 to Joe Cicchini, to help the Mustangs to a 30-0 lead over Newfane at halftime. And also Iverson Poole has also added a rushing touchdown, and that goes to what we're talking about, the scores that have been pretty much on the lopsided affairs today. But we've got a busy week, as we talked ahead of us, is tomorrow we've got 2 big matchups. We're going to go to you from Jamestown, as Jamestown's going to take on Hamburg. And then we've got a big one right here, as we're going to see Lancaster take on Bennett, and a double-A matchup that everyone I know will be very curious to see. Then we've got a huge day on Saturday, as it kicks off with Lakeshore and Depew at 1 o'clock. And then we've got 2 o'clock games where McKinley will be taking on Ken West, where you're going to be. We've got Maryvale and Dunkirk that are going to be playing out there. We've also got Ken East and Will East playing at 7 o'clock. We've got Frontier and Will North playing. We're also going to be coming to you from the South Towns, as Southwestern is going to be taking on Fredonia. And then the last one will be on Tuesday, as we have the big Monsignor Martin matchup, as Canisius will take on St. Francis. We've got a lot of games coming to you from the Western New York Athletics crew.
Also, you and I have a baseball game on Monday.
We're going to go, and we're going to go out of the little thing we do here in high school, as we're going to go to the former high school athletes, as we're going to see ECC take on N-Trip, as we're going to get a baseball game, as our guys that have already graduated high school but are still going to be transferring to other schools, and we're going to give them a little recognition along the way.
Awesome. That's a lot of stuff, and it's all coming your way right here on Western New York Athletics. So the teams will huddle around their coaches as they get set to start the second half. As we said, it's been all South here so far. Coach Krasansky just having a friendly conversation with the referee, the man in the white hat.
I got a new score.
Another
for
one.
us.
All right, what do you got?
As Grand Island is now up 21-8 over Lockport, and they are at halftime right now also.
Well, and for those of you keeping track, the Buffalo Sabres and New York Rangers are tied at 1 in the second period. And also, this is a must-see TV night. Elliot Stabler returns to Law & Order. Big crossover event here, Tom.
I thought you were going to say that it was a game after the Sabres actually won a game. I was going to say, I think they're more into the high school scores than they are those Sabres scores right now.
I know. I had to get it in there, and I wanted to get a little bit in there because I've always been a big Law & Order fan, and Law & Order SVU and whatever, whatever they're going to call this show featuring Elliot Stabler, but it's a crossover event. When I get home, I'm going to watch that. Might have to go back to the beginning and rewind the tape a little bit, but it's a big night. So
that's what DVRs are for.
There you go. That's right. So North Tonawanda will kick off to start the second half. And you know what? They're down 27-0. Try an onside kick to get the ball back. Do anything.
You're kicking in to win. It's going to be just like an onside kick anyway. This can't go that far unless you're going to do that line drive kick to get something.
And there's a short kick. It'll be fielded at about the 39-yard line. And there's our man Wally Johnson, and he brings it out to about the 44-yard line where South will have it. 1st and 10. Excuse me, that's Brett Johnson. I don't know why I called him Wally. Brett Johnson, who has a touchdown catch and an interception on the night. Johnson is a junior, 6'1", 185. Long, lanky young man. So it'll be 1st and 10 South at their own 45-yard line. They're up 27-0. See if they're just going to run the ball here in the second half and work the clock. And it's a handoff and coming to the near side and getting good yardage. The ball is fumbled out of bounds by Dewar, but he got about 13 yards. He was tackled out of bounds, and the ball came out.
You could almost say that was a touchdown saving tackle because he breaks that. It's wide open. It's got grass the rest of the way to the end zone.
That'll take it all the way down to the North Tonawanda 43-yard line. Another first down for South. Jonathan Clifford in at quarterback to start the second half. He and P.J. Tasca have alternated at quarterback. And I imagine we're going to see a lot of that in the second half. And the snap is low, picked up by Clifford. He's going to throw it deep downfield, and it's going to be easily picked off by the Lumberjacks and brought all the way back out to the 35-yard line. I don't have a number.
Ciandra. It was 10.
It was 10.
Nick Ciandra is with the interception.
I looked like 14, but okay. Big break for the Lumberjacks if they can finally get some offense going. 1st and 10.
We've seen, like I said, we've seen some positive things from North Tonawanda. It's not like it's been completely negative. We've seen positivity, but it seems every time after that big positive play, something negative happens. It's the second half, a new half. Let's see what they do. We already see a different
formation.
Yeah.
As Johnson split to the near side, Rieselman with 3 others in the backfield. He'll hand it off to the second man through the hole. And that's a short gain on first down, about 3 or 4 yards.
Oh, that's going to be a taunting penalty right there.
Who did they get? I didn't see who they...
It's between 12 and 21 right now, and we're going to see what happens here. Is
Johnson and Jabron Ahmad?
It was between, Johnson and, and Ahmad. It's the two were. The question is, he threw it when Johnson started clapping at him. So I don't know if they're going to do this both ways or if they caught him doing the clapping right afterwards. As you see, they're talking it over. This isn't as clear cut as it's going to go one way or if it's going to be two.
He was just clapping his hands like he made a big play?
Yeah, you know how they get in there, clap at him. It was one of those things.
Come on.
they were really going at each other at the end of the play. They were both blocking each other. It was intense, but it wasn't anything where somebody was knocking each other to the ground. It was just intense blocking. And then right afterwards that we saw, and you see the refs are still out there talking about it right now.
And you can see the flag at about the 48-yard line of North Tonawanda.
You see North Tonawanda over there going, hey, guys, what's going on here? Like,
yes, let's see. Personal foul, and that's on South. Personal foul, and that's on, and it looks like we're getting offsetting penalties here, so it'll be second down.
Which is what I expected that was going to happen. I don't know what the talk was for so long. I kind of expected that's the way they were going to go. But the flag went up at one point, and then that's when you were questioning is what they were going to do.
Well, I think they got it right. They let them offset. So 2nd and 5 for the Lumberjacks at their own 41. And there's the handoff and barreling out, really carrying the pile for what looks like first down yardage for North Tonawanda.
So making a change here. You've seen they've gone to a new formation right here, trying to run the ball with blockers. Remember we talked about the extra blockers? We talked about that in the first half. They made the change and are doing it in the second half.
There's another running play, and that'll get them out close to midfield. I believe that's Heim, 42, doing the running now. Because they have switched, and in whatever they're doing is working a lot better than what they tried to do in the first half.
Well, remember we talked about, Stu, earlier in the first half. We talked about fullbacks. We talked about wingbacks, right? Guys that you don't see a lot in the backfield doing blocking now. They're using, in essence, 2 fullbacks right now to help do some blocking to try to open up those gaps to do some running.
2nd and 9 from the 49 for North Tonawanda. Aiden Ferry in the game for the Lumberjacks. Rieselman hands it off, and a little bit of running room, but that thrown back for no gain after taking the handoff. The South defense remaining stout there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Carson Wheeler on the carry there. Nothing there. 3rd and 9 from the 49. So once again, it just seems to me at this point, everything's got to be 4th down territory for North Tonawanda. You're down 27-0. You need points. And
and to be honest with you, well, at least here, if you're going to kick, you can get them in some sort of bad field position, hopefully, right? But you're about to, go down even farther. You got to do something here.
Rieselman looks to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. And it's a North Tonawanda touchdown on the far side. Wisniewski with the catch.
That play, though, has been open multiple times today. You knew they were going to find it again eventually, and they did it with the wind at their backs and took it to their advantage. And right as the touchdown goes, the snow begins right here.
It's a 50. Defender. So now North Tonawanda, let's see what they do in terms of the point after.
We got one of our first close games to report right here, as Sweet Home right now leads 9-0 over Amherst at halftime.
And North Tonawanda will try for 2. Rieselman throws it to the far side of the end zone. Caught. It's good.
Wisniewski again, wasn't it? Yep, Wisniewski
so,
again.
Yeah. So it's 27-8. So far this half, looking really good. The Lumberjacks are on the scoreboard. Wisniewski, a huge part of their offense, and Rieselman putting the ball where it needed to be both times. Those were really good throws by the young quarterback. So now we'll see what North Tonawanda does.
I think we've got a final from Eden, and as Eden wins 28-0 over Gowanda, we're getting some pictures in. Check this out right now, and I can only explain it. This is from Salamanca, as they probably got, looks like an inch or 2 on the ground that is completely covering the field out there right now.
Yeah, what the picture Tom is showing me is the viewfinder of a camera.
Yeah, that's the camera, but look at the field behind it, and it's coming down pretty good in Salamanca.
Yes, I was looking at the top of the viewfinder, being a guy who used to shoot games. There's a lot of snow down there, and we had about, the snow here lasted for about an hour, and after that hour, it was gone.
It looked like it had rained. It didn't look like it had snowed.
Yeah, take my word for it, it snowed.
I know I did. I saw it.
And there's the onside kick, but South will cover it at the 50-yard line. Actually, at the North Tonawanda 49, they tried to squib that kick. It popped up in the air, and it was recovered by South.
Yeah, you'd want to keep that closer to the ground. Unfortunately, I think it got too much air for them.
So they're going to spot it at the 50. Where the Billies will have it. Clifford back in at quarterback. So now the Billies want to make sure North Tonawanda doesn't crawl back any closer. And we'll see if they stick to the ground game or go back to the air. They got burned last time they put the ball in the air. But Coach Krzyzanski likes to throw the ball. He's always liked throwing the football.
They're not happy about something here. They're talking about the kickoff.
Yeah, Coach Krzyzanski, you can tell he's not happy, making it very well known to the officials. And he's still letting him have it. I think he wanted some kind of flag.
Yeah, he didn't like the way it was kicked off. I could tell that.
Handoff comes to Dewar on the near side, still on his feet, knocked out of bounds at about the 42 or 43 yard line of North Tonawanda. And we got an injured player for the...
We got a flag on the field, too, if you look right above about the 48-yard line.
Yep, I see the flag, and now the injured player is back up and apparently fine, so that's a good thing. And
it's going to go against Will South.
Let's see what this flag is for.
I think it was a holding.
Yep, good call, Tom. You keep this up, I'll have to get you a striped shirt. So that'll move it all the way back to the south 40-yard line. Mike Wagner on camera, Tim Gardner running the board. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince bringing you tonight's game on a dry and very cold and windy night here at Williamsville South.
Just like a dusting now. You can barely see the snow out there, but it's, it has started, and it was a little picked up right at that touchdown earlier. But if you look kind of high, you can see it. It's still a little flurrying out there.
South with the throw on the far side, caught and tackled immediately after making the catch is Jeremy Matute. Clifford threw it to him on the far side. As soon as he caught it, he was brought down.
And did you see who made the tackle on that one?
It had to be Chandra, right?
No, it was Wisniewski, who's just been coming up big on the other side, as now he brings it to the defensive side of the ball and comes up big.
A loss of 7 yards on the play, 2nd and 17. Well, that might have been a short gain because it was, 1st and 20? Never mind. It's 2nd and 17. I'm just going to leave it alone because there was a penalty on the first down play. Clifford's going to throw it again. Comes to the near side, throws it, bounces, incomplete. That was, Tasca throwing that one.
North Tonawanda coming out strong in the second half. We've seen offensively they came out with some new fronts out there. They're doing some things differently on the offensive side of the ball. Now, can they come up with the big stop right here and get the ball back? Wow, what could it be if they come up with another touchdown here? And with 7:24, they still have the wind at their backs right here. Could they do something and get themselves back in this ball game?
And this all started with the interception thrown by South.
Yep.
They were in complete control, and that interception has given North Tonawanda life, and that time the Lumberjacks were able to take advantage of it. 3rd down, 3rd and 17 from the Billies' 43-yard line. And Clifford will throw it to the near side short. Intercepted by North Tonawanda. Dennis Johnson picks it off, and it's North Tonawanda ball. So the Billies turn it over again. And it'll be 1st and 10 Lumberjacks. And they've got good field position again.
Can they do something with it will be the question. Watch out, as you know, look to Wisniewski. He's been big so far in the passing game, but I do like the changes right now that you've seen from North Tonawanda. They've now got more people in the backfield. They've got more blockers right now, and that right now is they're helping their running game and making sure that Will South has to be honest both ways now.
Well, they must have made some kind of adjustment to account for Aiden Ostrowski, because in the first half he was the dominant force. Rieselman in the backfield. He'll hand it off, and tackled in the backfield is Andrew Kosikowski. No gain, may have lost a yard or two.
And that tackle again was by number 70, Matt Murphy on that one. The 11th grader, 5'11", 225-pounder.
So it is a 2-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 12. 6:50 to play third quarter. 27-8, South leading North Tonawanda. Third quarters really belong to the Lumberjacks after the first half completely belonged to the Billies. And Williamsville South had the big interception just before the half, too, by Johnson to keep the Lumberjacks off the scoreboard. There's the handoff, and Heim is going to gain a yard or two for the Lumberjacks, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
looks like on that one that Ostrowski was back to his tackling ways.
Okay.
As he was a part of that tackle right now, as he was at the bottom of it, definitely got to the ankles right there to help make that tackle.
See, all you got to do is mention his name.
And North Tonawanda is going, please stop mentioning his name then.
6 minutes to play, third quarter, 27-8 South. 3rd and 11 for the Lumberjacks at their own 43-yard line. Ooh, nice play by Rieselman to get the snap, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss. It was either Nolan Holtz or Jeremy Matute.
That was Holtz who got there first.
Holtz, what a play for the sack and bring up 4th and, well, just about forever.
And you knew that the way he was rolling out, they were going to look to Wisniewski on that one to see if they could make a big play right there. But here comes South, steps up again, exactly what we've seen from them all game. The defensive comes up big. Now we've got to see a huge punt because they've got to make sure they don't give Will South some great field position right here.
Matute standing at his own 42-yard line to receive the punt. The snap is low, picked up, bobbled. Ball is loose on the ground, and that's another special teams error by North Tonawanda. South will take over. The snap was low. The punter, Chandra, couldn't handle it. It'll be South ball, 1st and 10 at about the North Tonawanda 18-yard line.
You see who's going to get credit for that, too?
Tell me it was Ostrowski. It's a pretty good guess, right?
He was with one of his teammates. It looked like he was there with Bennett Peters. That's both of them. It could be a half there, but both of them were in there. But again, he's a part of that play to be able to make something happen.
So now South, well, there's a timeout on the field is taken. North Tonawanda takes a timeout. You know, the Lumberjacks had things seemingly going their way. South with a big defensive stand and a horrible special teams play. And that was at least the second time a snap on a punt has been short.
Yeah, and short, it literally dribbled right up to him. So, I mean, that's just tough. And right now, you almost start to wonder on the sidelines because their center's got to be out here playing defense, that they're not on the sidelines right now trying to do some snaps to get that down right.
Exactly 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. South still in complete control of this one despite the North Tonawanda touchdown. And the Billies have a chance they're in a great position to add to their lead. 1st and 10 at the NT 18-yard line. Clifford will take the shotgun snap for South. And the whistle blows. That's not a play there. They handed it off. But I don't think Max Graves is going to get any credit for any kind of play there because the whistle blew. They handed it off to Graves coming to the near side. And we'll see.
It'll be a false start penalty.
Against the Billies, obviously. So that'll back them up. It'll remain 1st down. Backed him up to the 23-yard line, so where it's 1st and 15. Here's Clifford. He throws, caught, and taken down all the way down about to the 5-yard line. For a 1st down for South. Is that Johnson again?
That's exactly who it was. Yep. Yep. Brett Johnson again, the 6'1", 185-pound junior, comes up big as he's been big in the passing play right now for Will South.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And there's Clifford trying to run it, and he's not going anywhere. The North Tonawanda defense stacks him up and throws him back, perhaps for a loss. Definitely no gain. Might have been a loss of a yard or two, depending on where they spot that one. another timeout on the field. South will take a timeout here. I know each team only gets 3 timeouts, but each half, right? But it feels like there's 10 timeouts. Starting to feel like a basketball game in the last 2 minutes. So have you enjoyed the NCAA tournament, Tom?
You know, as we've talked about in other broadcasts, I'm a big Syracuse fan.
Me too.
And my brackets have been completely busted, so my brackets aren't any good. My team's out. I'm struggling a little bit with it right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I did. Obviously, I'm a Syracuse guy too, and I don't care who wins or loses once they're out.
Yep.
I do watch some of the games. I did watch the UCLA-Michigan game.
I was just going to say, I'm rooting for UCLA's 11th seed is where I'm rooting for the rest of the way.
I was certainly rooting for them against Michigan. And I watched the first half, and I just kind of said to myself, the way the UCLA is playing, this is going to be a game.
Yep. And
they hung on at the end there for the win.
Big news today out of North Carolina.
Roy Williams retiring. Obviously, it seems to me like Gonzaga is the best team, but should be an interesting Final Four. Anyway, second down from the 8-yard line, second and goal from the 8. Clifford will throw it, throws to the end zone off the fingertips of the wide receiver. That's Johnson, and it's incomplete. Little throw was a little bit high. He went up to try and grab it, made a great effort, but couldn't come down with it. So it'll be third and goal from the 8-yard line. So maybe once again, North Tonawanda has a chance to make a stop and get some momentum. But of course here they do have a kicker in Voyer. I'm assuming he's their field goal kicker. So if they want points, they can go that route. But first, let's see what happens on 3rd down and 8 here for the Billies. Clifford to pass. He's under pressure. He dumps it off. It's caught, but there's no gain on the play there. He had to get rid of that one. He was under a lot of pressure from the Lumberjacks defense.
Andrew Kozakowski right there making a big tackle. The 6'1", 185-pound junior comes up big there for North Tonawanda.
So a 5-yard loss on the play. They smothered that wide receiver. And looks like South is keeping their offense on the field from what it looks like from here.
On this play you're looking for, right? I'm looking for Johnson on this one. He's been their guy.
I was just going to say Johnson seems to be the guy if they want to throw it. And they could just run it, and even if they don't score, they've got North Tonawanda deep in their own end of the field. So it's in a way it's a win-win for South as long as they don't turn it over. And now we got another timeout. What did I just say about timeouts? And with 3:15 to play in the third quarter, it's Williamsville South 27, North Tonawanda 8, and we'll be back after this short break.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Welcome back to Williamsville South, where the Billies lead the Lumberjacks of North Tonawanda 27-8. The Billies with a fourth and goal at the North Tonawanda, according to the scoreboard, 12-yard line. So we'll go with that. And this time it's correct. So the Billies come out. Clifford at quarterback. Dewar in motion. Clifford back to pass. Rolls to the near side. He's going to tuck it and run it. Still on his feet. And he's stopped short at about the 5-yard line, where North Tonawanda will take over on downs. So the Billies have the Lumberjacks backed up deep in their own end of the field.
Wally Wisniewski at the game had some big players step up in this game today, and for North Tonawanda, Wally Wisniewski has been huge right now for North Tonawanda, coming up big, both on the defensive side as well as the offensive side of the ball.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks at their own 6-yard line. Trailing 27-8, 3:04 to go. Third quarter. Been a long, tough night for the Lumberjacks, although they did have that one great series that produced the touchdown to Wally Wisniewski. I believe it was a 51-yard touchdown pass from Nash Rieselman. And there's the handoff, and the South defense is not fooled. And look who it is. Aiden Ostrowski with the tackle in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, and that's one of the names that has been on the defensive side of the ball, that he has just been unbelievable to watch today. He really has. And then, Brett Johnson has been a big name that we've talked about for Will South today. I mean, just unbelievable to watch. And then you got to talk about Clifford, too, at Will South from the quarterback position, has done a great job passing the ball as well as running the ball today.
Got to say, Ostrowski's got to be in double-digit tackles by now.
Or he's right at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really close.
2nd and 14 from the 2. It's a running play, and South says they have a safety, but the officials don't say that.
It is.
And there's the safety. There's the official call. South gets 2 points and the ball back, and there is the official indication of the safety, 29-8.
I think it was Miles Graves.
Tom is dark down at that end of the field, like just waiting for the officials to make the call. They did, and it's 29-8. So it worked out for South. They got them backed up, going for it on 4th down. They didn't get the touchdown, but they got the Lumberjacks deep in their own end and did exactly what they want. So that's another defensive score for South. Miles Graves, good call, Tom.
And I'll tell you, this defense has been something to watch for. Well, I mean, you could consider the only mistake of the day was letting Wisniewski go long on one of the plays, and that may be the only mistake we've seen from South all day. They have just been a complete defense out here today.
So now North Tonawanda will kick the ball back to the Billies, trailing 29-8, 2:06 to play in the third quarter. So they'll kick it off from their 20-yard line.
You're going to, again, get good field position right here for...
I mean, everything, all the arrows are in South's favor, especially the score. And there's the kick. It'll be taken at the 48-yard line of South. And coming down the near sideline and getting shoved out of bounds is Max Graves. And South is deep in North Tonawanda territory to start the drive. Let's go. Inside, took it right to the 25-yard line of North Tonawanda. So that's a 27-yard return for Graves. Max Graves, a 6-foot junior, 175-pounder. So the Billies, once again, great field position. Now Tasca will take the snap. And he'll hand it off to Dewars. And he's knocked out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Jabron Ahmad. And he's knocked out of bounds. It'll be second down. 2nd and 3. And I'm sure the Billies will be very content to just run the ball, run the clock.
We still got another quarter to go here. You know what I mean?
I know. They've got to kill time, you would think.
But I'll tell you, we're also streaming right now live the Wilson-Tonawanda game. And I think that game is still 6-0 right now as we're streaming that on our Facebook page and Twitter and YouTube channels.
There's a handoff and some good hard running there. Was that a
That's
Strowski
exactly
with the
who
ball?
it was. He's running the ball now.
Oh, my. And he got a first down for South. They'll move the change, and he's staying in the game. So Aiden Ostrowski, what a night he's having. 1st and 10.
He's played offensive line. He's played linebacker. And now he's played some running back that we're going to throw him in there a little bit too.
Wonder if they're going to give him the ball again here.
We got another score update coming from South Park as South Park is up 30-7 over Star Point in the 4th quarter.
Well, Ostrowski's in the backfield. I'm going to say he's going to get the ball again. Nope. I was wrong. Handoff to Doors. Still on his feet. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Christian Dewar, and Will South goes up 35-8 with 1:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. So a long night for the Lumberjacks gets a little bit longer.
You got
Find what works for my offense. I'm still going to use this as a practice. I'm still going to use this to get positive momentum. I'm still going to use this to be able to teach my kids so that I can make sure that we're ready for next week's game. Because think about it. You've only had 10 practices.
And it is at the end of the day. The kick is up and good. And now it's 36-8 in favor of South. And it's only one game, and you're just going to have to flush it and get ready for it.
Shape, right? Mm-hmm. But the teams that have not played together well and are mixing now the JVs with the varsities, and they haven't had time to mix and play well together. And listen, there was no August offseason. There was no regular offseason. There wasn't time to work on plays. Yes, some teams did things as far as Zoom calls and Google Classrooms and all that, but it is much difference of putting it on a screen to a kid versus actually playing it out on the field, right? So this to then, I'm going to use this as, I don't care what the score is, I've got to make sure my team learns. I got to figure out what works, and he has found out things that have worked in North Tonawanda to be able to make some changes.
Voyer will kick off for South. Johnson, one of the deep men, and the kick is bounced, caught at about the 36-yard line. Ethan Rieselman gets the ball. It'll be 1st and 10, North Tonawanda, with 1:04 to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's nice to see that there are some fans in the stands. Not quite back to where we'd like to be in terms of having fans, but you got to start somewhere and kind of build on that. North Tonawanda with an unusual formation. 4 in the backfield, counting the quarterback. And there's the handoff and going right up the middle and getting 3 or 4 yards for the Lumberjacks. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But I like this. I think this works for North Tonawanda right now, especially against the Will South defense. Because the defense has been so good and so aggressive, you got lead blockers right now for your running backs, and this is what's been working for them so far in the run game.
And they come right back out to the line of scrimmage. No huddle there. Rieselman takes the snap. He'll hand it off. And gaining some tough yards and close to a 1st down. I believe that's number 26, Jason Francis. Now it's 3rd down here for the Lumberjacks. And they get the playoff before the quarter ends. Rieselman throws deep down the middle. He's got a man and knocked away nicely by the Billies defense. Max Graves breaks up the pass play for the Billies, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters, it's Williamsville South 36, North Tonawanda 8. We're back after this short break.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or
Fourth down, and North Tonawanda goes for it and gets it. So the Lumberjacks will keep the ball. It'll be 1st and 10, North Tonawanda at their own 49-yard line.
I think that was Jason Francis on that one also.
And they'll run it again. And gain about 3 or 4 yards. So North Tonawanda trying to assert themselves on the ground. Sam Heim doing some good blocking for the Lumberjacks. 2nd down. 2nd and 5 from the from the Williamsville South 47-yard line. Lumberjacks trying to get back on the scoreboard, trailing 36-8. Rieselman back to pass. He throws deep over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Johnson. So look at that, 11-11, make a wish. That's what's left in the scoreboard. North Tonawanda wishes they'd get more points. How's that? Didn't your kids say that to you when they were little?
They did. No, well, actually, I think it was I said it a little to my parents is what I did.
Okay, that's fair. 36-8, Williamsville South, 11-11 remaining in the fourth quarter. And it's 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for NT from the Billies' 47-yard line. Rieselman hands it off, streaking up the middle and getting the first down for North Tonawanda. Good run there on 3rd down for the first down.
Again, that should have been Francis on that one, the 5'9", 146-pound senior.
5'9", 146.
That's what we got him listed as right now, but he looks bigger than that.
1st and 10, North Tonawanda. They'll keep it on the ground with Rieselman running, and he'll gain about 2 yards before he's brought down.
What we talked about what North Tonawanda is trying to do is to just get themselves ready. And we're going to see a quick play right here as they're not even going to go into a huddle.
No, they've done this a couple of times, but each time they've tried to do it, they can't seem to get the personnel that they really want in the right spot on the field. Rieselman hands it off, going up the middle, and getting a couple of yards is Johnson for North Tonawanda.
But Stu, like what we talked about is what they're doing right is they're running the ball definitely more effectively. They went to a different set in the backfield to help them run the ball. That's learning, right? That's for this team to see what's going to work for them so that when they start moving forward into the season, they now know they've got different things that can work with them. And here it comes right now. We've got the snow starting to come back in again. And, boy, in a fourth quarter when it gets colder and colder and the snow happens, boy, it really is changing on that field.
To be honest with you, last time you mentioned it, I couldn't see it. But now I can see it. Third down for NT. And Rieselman has the ball drop out of his hands, but I think he picked it up and moved forward for a yard or two. They'll keep the ball, but it'll be fourth down. And I imagine the snow, rain, whatever it is making the ball a little bit slippery, although it seems to have calmed down just a bit.
Just between that, just enough to make it slick, and then plus it's cold out there, right?
You're not kidding.
We're saying right now, I've got us listed at 28 degrees right now here at Will South. So 28 degrees, a slick ball. I mean, that all comes into play. Plus the wind blowing out there.
Rieselman hands it off and buried at the line of scrimmage. And that time, it was not Ostrowski.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I thought, all right, well. Yep, Aiden Ostrowski. What a night. He's got to be in double-digit tackles by now.
No doubt. There's no doubt. And how many for a loss?
A lot.
How many of those? He's got a quarter of those for a loss at least.
So it'll be South ball. First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Wow, final here. Medina wins over Newfane 50-0.
Ooh, my. Yeah. Well, we got another timeout on the field as the snow or rain, whatever that is, picks up. If you look up in the lights, you can see it. And now it's coming down pretty good. I can't tell if that's snow or rain, but it's cold, whatever it is. I can tell you that.
And not only that, it's going sideways because of the wind.
Yes.
Right? I think it's a little bit of mix. It's probably that that sleet snow, you know what I mean, mixed together. But boy, it's starting to come in right now.
Yep, when it comes over the lights here, it looks like snow, but it could be rain.
This is not spring football. This is winter football. We're playing like we normally would.
This is like a game at the stadium. There's a run up the middle by the Billies for no real gain. That's right. This is like a game at the stadium.
Yep.
I got to tell you, Tom, when I was working at Channel 2, the worst day ever, I was shooting a game at Sweet Home, and it was about 20 degrees outside, which 20 degrees is 20 degrees. But it was raining, and it was coming in sideways. And it was like, I don't know why it wasn't snowing. Maybe it was only 30 degrees. But it was cold, and it was windy, and the rain was coming in sideways, and it did not let up. I couldn't wait to get out of there that day.
I've coached Little Loop football games like that, and I'll tell you, there were some nasty games I coached.
And here's South with a running play to the near side, gaining good yards and coming to the near sideline before getting knocked down is TJ Venti, number 22. And that'll be a first down for the Billies as the clock continues to tick. Well, they stopped there because he went out of bounds, and it's a first down. So Venti getting some carries now here in the late stages of the fourth quarter. Clock is running. 7:40 to play. 36-8 South. Tasca comes back in for the Billies. It all started for South with a Jeremy Matute fumble return for a touchdown, and has been their night ever since, really. North Tonawanda had the 51-yard touchdown pass from Rieselman to Wisniewski. But other than that, it's been all South. And there's a run up the middle. And look at Venti go all the way down to the 35-yard line.
That ain't Venti. It's who you think
it
is.
Oh, it's Ostrowski. Excuse me, Ostrowski. You know, he's starting to remind me of the young man for Orchard Park when they won the state championship. Was it Jim Kennedy or Kirkpatrick?
Fitzpatrick.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And he kind of did the same thing one of their championship seasons.
Actually,
both sides of the ball. Oh, and the ball is fumbled and recovered by the Billies. Little miscommunication there in the backfield, and Tasca fell on the ball.
I think most recently you look to Lancaster.
Yes.
As their player there, and why am I blanking on his name? But he played line, he played linebacker.
Go Eating!
It's not LG Castillo who was good, but I know
Castillo
who you mean.
was your wide receiver. This was
kick returner the whole 9 yards.
he played quarterback. In fact,
wasn't Ryan Mansell?
No, Manziel's their quarterback right now.
There was another Mansell, but it's not him. I know.
No, his
Andries?
Andreessen. Thank you.
Andreessen,
Yep,
yeah.
Andreessen is who it was. Thank you.
I knew I would get it sooner or later. 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. South up big, 36-8. And there's a handoff coming to the near side, and not much there for Jeremy Matute. That time they faked it to our man, Ostrowski.
Ethan Rieselman right now was on the tackle right there with a big tackle right there, the 6 foot, 150-pound junior.
The big brother of their quarterback, Nash Rieselman. 5.5 to play, fourth quarter.
That would be fun. I know we teased about it, but could you imagine, though, in a game, he doesn't get the ball thrown to him and he's been wide open? I could just imagine some of those conversations.
Yeah, the big brother.
Especially once the little brother's got to throw it to the big brother.
Yeah. Well, you would know how that works in your house, right?
Yeah, except for the big brother would flatten the little brothers.
And they're going to throw it deep. Tasca throws it, intercepted on the far side by North Tonawanda, and bringing it back at the 50, at the 45, and finally tackled on the far side at about the 33-yard line.
That's Ciandra's second interception of the day right there.
To see him throw deep downfield up this big, this late in the game?
Like I said to you, I think most of these teams know that how many times are they going to be able to get chances to play against live teams, against other teams, against situationals right there? I mean, I think they're going to play it as if it's a close game the entire game. Both teams, right? They're trying to work out their teams and work out their kinks because one loss could be the difference of whether you actually go on to a sectional playoff or not.
So I'm guessing that North Tonawanda looking to do a better job running the ball next week. And that's why one reason we're seeing them experiment or run their offense with different formations. And they did adjust. They adjusted primarily because of Aiden Ostrowski.
No doubt. But we got a great scorer right now that just came in. And we're actually broadcasting the game right now as Wilson and Tonawanda are tied at 6 late in the third quarter right now.
So there's at least one close game tonight, and there had to be a penalty on the return because the ball is back all the way at the North Tonawanda 48-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Rieselman back to pass. He's going to throw it deep downfield. Caught. What a catch.
And guess who?
Chandra?
No.
Wisniewski. And he's all the way down to about the south 10-yard line. Great throw and catch.
He did that against the wind. That's the first time we've seen something against the wind. Look at the flags blowing. He threw an incredible throw against the wind right now.
So it's 1st and 10, North Tonawanda. And he's going to throw it again. Rieselman, the ball is tipped. And if he hung on to that, he did. It's a touchdown.
And Wisniewski
again. That's a great catch. Looked like that ball was tipped. It was spinning, and he hung on to it.
Brings up a 1st and goal for North Tonawanda.
Tonawanda have had great games despite the score.
Yep, I totally agree with you right there. I mean, Wisniewski has come up on both sides of the ball, has been huge for North Tonawanda. And Chandra's just been big as far as defensively, especially from that safety position that he's been playing. Just an unbelievable game both ways. And, you know, we've talked about it, Will South. Will South has had multiple stars out here today.
So it looks like they will try to kick the extra point this time.
This is the first one they're kicking, isn't
it? Yes, it is. They've gone for 2 every other time. As the precipitation, whether it's rain or snow, continues, the kick is good, and it's 36-15.
And did you see Chandra is the kicker right there, too. So now he comes in and kicks also.
So we'll see what North Tonawanda, and now it's coming down really good. And before we have the kickoff, we're going to take a commercial break. Be back after this.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Welcome back to Williamsville South as the Billies will await the kickoff from the Lumberjacks.
Another score here late in the fourth as South Park is up 38-13 over Star Point.
So again, that Tonawanda Wilson game, 6-6 in the third quarter. That's the closest game of the night, is what it sounds like.
And I want to thank Dennis Sorrow, of the head of the Conley Cup. He's been sending us a lot of the scores, keeping up with the scores for us, so we can report some scores throughout Western New York for you.
It's a short kick. It'll bounce on the far side, fielded, and it'll be Will South having the ball at about their own 35-yard line. I'll get a full report and a critique from Dennis sometime tomorrow.
Oh no, that's not good.
He'll tell me what he thinks. We'll discuss the Connolly Cup, and Dennis and I've known Dennis a long time, obviously, and we had this running joke when I was at Channel 2, and I would always try to get him to tell me who won the Connolly Cup. He never would, the little rascal.
I'm going to tell you, I got to give him a ton of credit, because there are tons of people trying to get that information with him, and he keeps that close to the heart, which is why when you get to that banquet, it is so awesome. You truly don't know who's going to win that award until he announces it out front.
True, and that's one of the many banquets at Ilio DePaulo's. Dennis does a great job for high school sports. All the things they do at DePaulo's. So here's South with the football. It's a running play and not going anywhere that time. It'll be a loss.
And for those of you who don't know, Stu is actually the MC there of the Conley Cup, and does a phenomenal job as the NC of the Conley Cup.
Thank you.
We also hold the Player of the Year, the Colpoys Barrows Cup, which is new at Ilio's also. So it is the second Player of the Year. We're hoping to see that this year. We're waiting to see what the season breaks out before we make an official announcement of whether we will have the Colpoys Barrows Cup this year.
And that's obviously for baseball.
Correct.
And you were instrumental in getting that started.
I was, yeah. I was
good for you.
Real big in making that happen here in Western New York.
2nd and 11 for the Billies. Rolling to the near side and running with the football is Tasca. He's got some room to run at the 45 and brought at the 42 and brought down there at about the 42 or 43-yard line.
That tackle was by number 78, Seth Franusiak. The 12th grader, 5'10", 192-pounder. And the Sweet Home Amherst game remains at 9-0 at the end of the third.
So that's one of the closer games.
Besides the 6-6 one we got going at Tonawanda and Wilson right now. And we do have a team broadcasting there that matchup right now as we speak.
3rd and 2 from the 43 for South. And they'll run it up the middle, and they're close to a first down. See where they spot the ball. South says it's a first down. I haven't seen any official indication yet, and I haven't seen the chains move. And the big 4 goes up on the down marker, so stop short of the first down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 36-15. South leading North Tonawanda.
We actually have the president of and co-founder of Western New York Athletics over at that Wilson Tonawanda game, as we have Frank Wolf over there actually helping call that game.
Frank is a known troublemaker.
But I think you're being nice there sometimes. We're teasing. We absolutely love Frank.
I know.
And none of us would be here today if it wasn't for him, and we both think the world of him.
Oh,
we
we
really
do, and we greatly appreciate the opportunity, but we still have to tease him.
Oh, absolutely. It wouldn't be fun if we didn't.
No. Yeah, we got some whistles and a flag, and let's see what this flag is for. Delay of game against the Billies. They just ran a few seconds off the clock, and they'll back up 5 yards. So that'll make it a 4th and 6. This is the season opener for both these teams. Both teams learning a lot about what they do well and what they need to work on in this one. And the one thing about this season, there's not a lot of time to recover, as everybody's only getting 5 regular season games, and then after that it'll be playoffs, and if you're not in the playoffs, you'll have the Chuck Funky type bowls, named in honor of the late great Chuck Funky, who was the Section 6 football chairman for so long. There's the snap and the run, and the running back is smothered in the backfield on 4th down. I believe that was Nolan Holtz, and North Tonawanda will take over on downs. Big defensive play there by the Lumberjacks.
Which is why you're going to see each class, only 4 teams are going to be able to play for the sectional championship. So every class is going to be represented. The double A's, you're going to have A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, like clear off away. There won't be crossover champions, it'll be each one. But it shows with only 5 games, 1 loss could be the difference of whether you're going into the sectional playoff or you're just going to play, in essence, some extra games to be able to finish out the season. So that's why I get there's some of the games we're going to see that are lopsided, but there are teams that are trying to make sure that they are using this as a practice, even as sometimes, to make sure they are ready to do what they need to do. Because, listen, you don't have live competition all the time, and you've only had 10 practices up to this point. 10, that's it. And some of the teams may have had less than that because their players are playing basketball or other sports.
So 1st and 10 from the 35. And the ball is bobbled in the backfield, fallen on by North Tonawanda.
We've got another update. We just got a close game come out as Sweet Home now is up 9-7 over Amherst, as Amherst has now scored to make that one a close game.
Is that in the 4th quarter?
It was the end of the 3rd. It was 9-0, so that has to be in the 4th quarter right now.
So North Tonawanda ball. It's a false start. Illegal procedure is declined on North Tonawanda. 1:27 to play here in the 4th quarter. And there's the handoff, and the running back is stuffed and thrown back for no gain.
We have 6-6. Tonawanda is on the Wilson 21-yard line. 4th down, 30 seconds left in the game.
Well, is that the game Frank is at?
That is the game that Frank is at, yes.
All right. Well, Frank will get it right. I'm very confident. Less than a minute to play in the 4th quarter. 3rd down for North Tonawanda. 3rd and 16 from the 42-yard line. Some of the fans here beginning to make their way toward the exit. The precipitation seems to have stopped. And the handoff and the run up the middle is good for about 6 yards. Where it'll be 4th down for North Tonawanda. 25 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. See if they'll get one more play off.
No, I think that's it. They're coming out there to
that looks like the end.
line.
Yep, it's all over here at Williamsville South. The final 10 seconds will tick off the scoreboard, and that'll bring our first game of the football season to actually our second game. We did St. Mary's and Bishop Timon last Saturday, and we have many more games coming this weekend. So the final score, Williamsville South 36, North Tonawanda 15. For Mike Wagner, Tim Gardner, and Tom Prince, I'm Stu Boyer. Have a good night, everybody.